Your life doesn't feel heavy because you're weak. It feels heavy because your system is too loud. Too many decisions, too many inputs, too many things that are almost done but never quite finished. Japanese habits work differently. They don't ask you to do more. They quietly remove what's making everything harder than it needs to be. 12 tiny habits. No willpower required. Just small shifts that make daily life feel lighter. Here they are. Most people try to change their lives all at once. New diet, new schedule, new version of themselves, all starting Monday. And by Wednesday, it's gone. There's a Japanese concept called Kaizen. It was born in Japanese manufacturing after the war, and it rebuilt an entire country through one quiet principle. Small, continuous, daily improvement. Not transformation, just one thing, done slightly better than yesterday. The reason this works isn't motivation. It's because small steps don't trigger resistance. Your mind accepts a 1% shift. It fights a complete overhaul every time. Japanese companies have used Kaizen for decades to create systems that improve on their own, almost invisibly. You can apply the same principle to your life today. Pick one thing, one small thing, and do it just slightly better than yesterday. That's the whole habit. Most mornings begin in reaction. The phone lights up, the messages start, and before you've decided what you want from the day, you're already spending it on other people's priorities. In Japan, before a craftsman begins their work, there's a moment of stillness, a quiet acknowledgement of why this work matters. It doesn't take long. It might be 30 seconds, but it connects the action to something deeper. This connects to a concept called Ikigai. It's often translated as reason for being, but in daily practice, it simply means knowing why you're doing what you're doing before you begin. When you start with one clear intention, the day has a direction. You're no longer reacting to whatever arrives first. You're choosing where your attention goes. Tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, ask yourself one question. What matters most today? One answer. Then begin. Here's something almost no one does anymore. They never allow empty space in their day. Every gap gets filled. Waiting in line, check the phone. Walking to the car, podcast on. Eating lunch, scrolling. There's a Japanese concept called ma. In art, in music, in architecture. Ma is the intentional space between things. The pause that gives everything around it its meaning. A Japanese garden isn't beautiful because of the stones. It's beautiful because of the space between them. Without ma in your day, everything blurs together. The mind never settles. The same thoughts loop on repeat because they were never given space to resolve. You don't need an hour, 2 minutes of nothing, no input, no output, just quiet. Try it once today. One moment of ma. And notice what surfaces when you stop filling every gap. One of the quietest sources of exhaustion in modern life is perfectionism, the endless revising, the feeling that nothing is ever quite ready, that you're never quite ready. Japan has a concept called wabi-sabi. It's an entire aesthetic philosophy built around finding beauty in imperfection. The cracked tea bowl repaired with gold, the moss growing on an old stone, the rough edge that makes something feel handmade, and therefore real. Wabi-sabi teaches that imperfection isn't a flaw to fix. It's evidence of a life actually lived. Most things in your life don't need to be perfect. They need to be done, sent, started, shared. The email sitting in drafts for 3 days, the project you keep adjusting, the conversation you keep postponing until the conditions are right. Done with imperfection is almost always better than perfect and waiting. Find one thing today you've been holding back and let it go. This sounds almost too simple, but almost no one actually does it. There's a Japanese concept called Ichigo Zamai. It means complete absorption in one single action. In traditional Japanese arts, from tea ceremony to calligraphy, the practice isn't just about skill. It's about giving the full weight of your attention to this moment, this movement, this thing. Nothing else exists while the work is being done. When you divide attention, You divide experience. The work gets done, but it leaves no trace. The day passes, but nothing really lands. That low-level emptiness at the end of a busy day, the feeling that you were present for none of it. That's the cost of half attention. One thing, fully. Then the next. Pick one task today and close everything else. 30 minutes of complete absorption. See what that actually feels like. You've probably heard this as an eating principle, harahachi bu. Stop eating at 80% full. It comes from Okinawa, a region long associated with people who seem to age more gently than most. Whether it's one of the reasons or just one of many habits, the principle itself is worth paying attention to. Never drain yourself to zero. Always stop while something is left. Most people push until they're empty. Then they recover. Then they push again. It's not sustainable, and over time, it accumulates. Applied to energy and work, stopping at 80% means ending the day still feeling like a person, still having something left for the evening, for the people around you, for tomorrow. The work session that ends with a little energy remaining leads to a better tomorrow than the one that ends in collapse. Today, stop one task before you feel completely done, on purpose, and notice how you feel the next morning. Here's a habit that quietly removes a huge amount of daily friction. Most people make decisions under pressure, in the moment, without preparation. And those rushed decisions create problems that take 3 times longer to fix. In Japan, there's a practice called Nemawashi. The word comes from gardening. It means carefully tending to the roots before transplanting a tree, so the tree survives the move. In daily life, Nemawashi means laying the groundwork quietly before you begin. Before an important conversation, think through what you actually want to say. Before a big task, gather what you need. Before a decision, ask whether you have enough information. 2 minutes of preparation removes 20 minutes of confusion on the other side. Think about tomorrow. Is there anything coming up that would feel smoother with 2 minutes of quiet preparation tonight? Clutter isn't just visual, it's mental. Every object out of place is a tiny open loop, a small unresolved thing sitting quietly in the background, pulling at your attention without your permission. Japan's approach to physical space is rooted in a principle called siri. It's the first step of the Japanese 5S system, developed to make factory floors run more smoothly, and later adopted everywhere from hospitals to homes. Siri means one thing: remove what doesn't belong here. Not everything, not a big reorganization, just this one surface, this one drawer, this one corner of your desk. In Japan, the physical environment is treated as an extension of the mind. When the space is calm, the mind follows, not because everything is perfect, but because the environment sends one simple signal: things are handled. Pick one area, 5 minutes, that's all. This habit is less about productivity and more about relationships, but it quietly removes more friction from daily life than almost anything else on this list. In Japan, there's a concept called omoyari. It means anticipating what someone else needs before they have to ask. Not because you're told to, because you're paying attention. It's why a Japanese host refills your tea before the cup is empty. Why a colleague prepares the materials before the meeting starts. Why a shop assistant is already moving toward you before you've said a word. These aren't grand gestures. They're tiny acts of quiet attention, offered without announcement. When you practice omoyari, something shifts in the people around you. Friction softens, trust builds. The invisible tension that drains so much daily energy simply dissolves. Today, notice one person in your life. What might they need that they haven't asked for? One small action, offered quietly. That's all. Most days end without closure. You go from doing to scrolling to sleeping, and the unresolved thoughts from the day follow you into the night. In Japan, there's a practice called hansei. It's used in schools, in companies, in martial arts. It means honest self-reflection, not harsh criticism, not shame. Just a quiet, honest look at what happened. Toyota uses hansei after every project, not to punish failure, but to learn from it and move forward cleanly. 3 questions. That's the whole practice. What went well today? What didn't go as planned? What will I do differently tomorrow? 3 minutes before sleep. No phone. Just those 3 questions and a few honest answers. Try it tonight and notice how much easier it becomes to let the day go. Life will knock you down. That's not a possibility. It's a certainty. The question isn't whether you'll fall. It's how much energy you spend on the falling. There's an old Japanese proverb, Nana korobi ya oki, fall 7 times, get up 8. Not with triumph, not with a speech, not after processing the experience for 2 weeks. Just quietly, get up and continue. Japanese resilience isn't loud. It doesn't perform suffering. It doesn't need an audience for the recovery. It acknowledges what happened, honestly, and then moves forward without making the fall bigger than it needs to be. Most people spend more energy on the story of what went wrong than on actually moving past it. Acknowledge it, learn from it, move. That's the whole habit. The final habit isn't something you do, it's something you practice noticing. There's a Japanese concept called mono no aware. It means the bittersweet beauty of impermanence, the quiet awareness that everything is temporary, and that this awareness doesn't make the moment sadder. It makes it more precious. Cherry blossoms in Japan fall within a week of blooming. People travel hours to see them, not despite the falling, because of it. Most people are waiting for the weekend, the promotion, the relationship, the version of life that finally feels like the real version. And while they wait, this moment passes. Mono no aware is simply the practice of noticing, right now, that this is already something worth being present for. The coffee in your hand, the light in the room, the fact that you chose to spend time today on something that might change how you live. This moment is not a waiting room. It's the thing itself. Notice it, just for a second. Then carry on. 12 habits, none of them requiring a perfect schedule, a new app, or a version of yourself you haven't become yet. Some of them are about energy, knowing when to stop, protecting the empty space, starting the day with intention instead of reaction. Some are about focus, doing one thing fully, improving slowly, preparing the ground before you act. Some are about the people around you, noticing what they need, reflecting honestly at the end of the day. And some are simply about being here, accepting imperfection, getting up without drama, noticing that this moment, right now, is already something. You don't need all 12. Pick one, the one that landed. Try it for a week, then come back for another. That's how Effortless actually works, not all at once, one quiet step at a time. If you want to keep going, the next video is right here. It takes the same philosophy and applies it to the part of your life that controls everything else, your rest. Japanese habits for sleep and energy. How to end the day in a way that makes the next one feel completely different. And if one of these 12 habits felt like something you actually needed to hear today, save this video. Come back to it this week. Some of these take a few listens to really land. Drop a comment telling me which habit you're starting with.